Good morning, Americans. This is your favorite alien and Bubba, Santa Bubba today because it's cold out there in Georgia. Here on the morning of Friday, March 19th, 2021. It's San Capistrano Day, guys. The swallows are coming, the swallows are coming. Well, I wanted to expand on the human race. There is no society ever on this planet. You got all kinds of helter-skelter going on. Each nation state's got their problems. For instance, Canada's got French, Canadians, all kinds of illegal and resident aliens, and English over there in Canada. Spain's got a problem with their Catalonia area, their Basque area, and other areas in Spain that don't like Castilla, which is where the original Spanish-speaking people come from. That's why it's called Castellano and Castilian Spanish. Italy's got all problems because they were separate states at one time before they unified. Same with Germany. Every country in the world, you'll see that. And in the United States, you got pigmentation issues and faction issues here. And enclaves. Every country's got their enclaves. Here in the United States, you take a city and you got enclaves. You got Chinatown. You got Koreatown. And if you got Russians, you got Russian Town. Polish, Pole Town. Yeah, we did have that in Detroit at one time. It's overrun by ragheads, otherwise known as Arabs. Yeah. And see, you can use the terms, and it still should say something to you that you got those terms, like raghead. Because none one of you have sat down and said, we've had enough of this. We are all humans. We all developed in one continent and ran all over the place in the continent. Took over the place from other civilizations or species that were here. You either killed them, outfoxed them, or stole from them. And you still do that today. Look at the Americans building the United States. You stole from the Indians. And you killed them. The Spanish killed the Indians also when they came in and made their empire in Central and South America. Because they brought out disease that the Indians didn't have. They also had superior weapons the Indians didn't have. And the Indians had a different way of looking at the world, so they didn't assimilate, adapt, and fight back. The North American Indians did. And Custer found out how bad it was, huh? Poor Mr. Custer. Yeah. And the other nation states, it took them a few centuries, but they did. Starting in the late 20th century, mid to late 20th century, you had all these colonials in Africa losing their territories to the native people. But that didn't help any. Look at all the wars you've had in territories like Angola, Algeria, Ethiopia, and Rhodesia, otherwise known as Zimbabwe. And you had different people for different things. Remember Angola? You had the NLFA and the MPLA and UNITAS. All of them were fighting for independence on their own terms. And they're still fighting, or their descendants are, in one way or another. Zimbabwe, Robert Mugabe won there. And you remember you had Ian Smith, when it was called Rhodesia, over there. And how about the South Africans in the Boer War of 1902? Which the British lost, and lost South Africa at the big time. That's the first time that the British were losing one of their empires. And Believe me, South Africa was one of their biggest ones at the time. Then they lost India in 47. So you see what I mean, humans, especially you Americans. I haven't seen any of you decide to sit down and say, hey, we are the same. We have different pigmentations. Our hair may look different. We may talk different. We have different foods we like, languages that we develop because we were apart for a long time. And then when exploration came, we got back together again, either forced or by ourselves, mostly forced. And we endured the same thing we did on the ancient times, slavery. You remember the Romans and the Egyptians? They used to enslave people. The Egyptians in their writings tell of a state unto the south, which is now Sudan, called Kush. And the Nubians, remember them? Black. Nubians were black. The Egyptians weren't white. They were kind of olive colored or so. And by the way, how about the Neanderthals? Other than the governor of Texas, that is, or the person in the White House. What color were they? What was their hair? Were they black, red, yellow? What? Nobody knows what a Neanderthal is. You have to speculate on the color because you don't have a picture. Heck, you still got to, nobody knows Cleopatra, what color she was. Or JC. Yeah, he may have been black. You never know. See what I mean? But you got to say, we got to give up being black, white, yellow, red, Asian. Got to give up these enclaves. Got to give up our way of doing things. Because you need to develop a society of humans. Will we venerate our ancestors? Yes. Will we keep our music, our food, and our wedding traditions? Yes. Religion? No. Because religion is a divisive, not an inclusive. Look at the Jews. Judaism has always been divisive. Hindu has been divisive. If you're not from India, you can't be a Hindu. Christianity, so many sects on there, that's not even funny. Same with Muslims. They got a lot of sects. A lot of the Sunnis don't like the main sect, so they turn their own stuff. Same with the Shiites. And look at the Christians. Before the Roman Catholic Church took the unimitable position of being the top dog and banished all the other Christian sects, you had the Essenes, the Jacobites, and other sects. And they didn't speak Hebrew, they spoke Aramaic. See what I mean, humans, especially you Americans? You call yourself Americans, but you put a slash by your thing. I'm a African American, slash. A white American. Why do you have to say white? Japanese American, Asian American, Latin American, Muslim American. Really? So why do you have these? It promotes hate, it promotes bigotry, and you got no society that's human. You answer me that question. This is your favorite alien, and Baba. Good day.